Okay, can you hear me? I guess I can hold it. About a month ago, my friend Ann Dennison was down here, and we went out for breakfast. And I said to her, I said, well, Ann, how does it feel to be 52? You know, here we are. And she said, well, I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. I'm a head nurse at a gastroenterology clinic in Topeka. And it just opened, and I'm in charge of all these things and so on. So we talked about gastroenterology, and I told her that I'd been having a pain kind of in my side. And it wasn't anything very, difficult. I'd been being treated for ulcers, but it just didn't seem to be working. So Ann said, well, don't be referred. I'll just put you in, and we'll have the doctor give you a look. So I went up right before Labor Day, and I did not have ulcers, so they made some more appointments right after Labor Day, which I think was last week, wasn't it? I don't know. It's all kind of... Anyway, so they put me in the hospital. I was jaundiced by then. They operated, and they said there is a tumor on my pancreas, and it's 2 inches in diameter, and it has grown to the liver. Well, my sister Sarah was there, and my daughter Edry, and they just said, that's tough, you've got 2 months. So Edry and Sarah and I just kind of thought, my goodness, that's amazing. We were kind of coping with this. On Saturday when I woke up, Jerry came. And I thought, well, that's odd. I don't think I'm in Fredonia. And I told him Bill and Ron had come and were staying at the St. Francis house. So when Bill came back, I said, did Jerry see you? And he said, yeah. And we thought, well, that's odd. We thought, well, why did Jerry come up here? We said, well, he probably had a meeting or, he happened to be in the neighborhood, and it took us about a week. I have a suspicion that Jerry just came up, which I'm still curious about. Anyway, so then my main purpose for my talk is to tell you of the joy, of the sense of community I have. Ann was there, Sarah was there, Carol Spahn came, Betty Noakes came, all these Fredonia people. And my life became a very wonderful, golden experience. Then they said there could be chemotherapy. And I said, well, how long will that be? And they said, well, we'll try it for 6 months. I said, you mean I'm going to live for 6 months? I was so shocked. Steve Hollis called. He's coming. He sent me books that said, if anyone ever tells you you have a certain amount of time to live, don't listen. If they say, well, we'll give you 2 hours or whatever, don't listen. So the chemotherapy starts Wednesday. I go up to Topeka. I have an inserted needle in my shoulder here. I go up to Topeka on Wednesday. The next Wednesday, I go back. I stay overnight at St. Francis House. Then we skip 3 Wednesdays. Now, it cannot be done in Fredonia because if the chemicals get into the tissues, there's a lot of problems, so I have to go up to Topeka. So this will go on for 24 weeks. Wednesday, skip 3, and then Wednesday. After Jerry left that morning, I got a few cards. I got one from Dorothy Fry. I thought, gee, that's quick. I got one from Almeda, from Carolyn and Merle. So I was kind of laying there thinking about all this when the telephone rang. And it was Valerie the antique woman gal. And she called and she talked, and I thought, Valerie. So when she hung up, Bill said, well, who's that? And I said, well, that was Valerie. He said, who's Valerie? So we talked a while about who Valerie was and so on. I became so empowered and energized from these contacts that I decided I would really put you all to the task. I'm going to try to live until February. I'm not just going to live through Thanksgiving and Christmas, but on through February. So what I want you all to do is every week get a postcard and either sign your name or write I'm with you, or don't write anything. Just send me a postcard. And I'll tell you that energizes me to the point that I don't think anything's wrong with me. If you can do that for 24 weeks, then I'll do my part too. So I'd like to close with telling you that I'm very proud to be from Fredonia. I am a daughter of Fredonia, just like you are daughters and you are sons of Fredonia, even if you didn't grow up here and your parents didn't grow up here and your grandparents and so on. This is our community. Before, when I'd come to church here, I didn't feel very spiritual. I remember, Jerry, you asking me that one time. But the walls are down, and I'm very proud to be with you today. I have the faith to persist. I have the faith to develop hope, and I have the faith to receive your love. Now abideth these three, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Please don't turn me loose. Thank you.
Often in life we feel that we walk through the journey by ourselves. And sometimes we do. But more often than not, there are those who walk with us. Sometimes through their prayers, sometimes through their thoughts. And we want to do that with each other, all of us, and with you, Barbara and Bill, and your families. And that is why we are here today. And that is why we worship together today.